Welcome to the Team Superdad Weekender. Forget revenge, go for massive success. I posted this week about, what was it? The best revenge is massive success. The problem with revenge, though, is it's a bit of a toxic emotion. So we're going to unpack why massive success is way better than focus on revenge.
Welcome to Team Super Dad. Real dads creating their best lives ever. More time, more money, more fun. You are not alone. You're on Team Super Dad.
Hello, crew. It's the Weekender. My name's Johnny Jensen. If you've not been part of this before, well, this is Team Super Dad podcast. We're equipping men to be the best version of themselves, to be the dad they want to be, to create balance in their work and in their home life so that they can connect with their family and have a shitload of fun in their life. If that's where you want to be, then make sure you're fully involved in all we're doing here at Team Super Dad. You can go to the group, Super Dad Club, or you can come on over to teamsuperdad.com and see everything that we have to offer. We'll talk more about that at the end, but yeah, posted this week about revenge. Not the healthiest of intentions, you know. A old mentor, I call him a friend as well, Fraser Cameron, commented, one of the people that commented on LinkedIn said, you know, revenge is all about ego. And that's why revenge is actually so toxic. You know, it's all about the other person. I don't know how many people are really walking around with the intention of revenge, but there is, you know, a lot of the dads who I start working with, they're pissed off at someone. They're pissed off at something someone's doing, something's done, how they've been let down, how it's not, you know, it's their fault, not my fault. And it does fall inside of that area. In terms of the Team Super Dad and my power code methodology, this falls into ownership. It's about managing your emotions, having control of them, and letting go of all the toxic stuff and replacing it, swapping it with very heart-driven intentions where you have control over the matter. You know, blaming other people, trying to control things that are outside of your domain is absolutely pointless. Revenge, really, you know, unless we're watching a movie, it seems like quite an old, like an antiquated concept, revenge. I'm going to revenge my brother, revenge my, you know, but the problem is, you know, and I guess what you do see in the world today is when someone sadly has been stabbed or murdered, and the family find it within themselves to forgive that person. You know, forgiveness actually is part and parcel of revenge. Forgiveness is the gift you give yourself. When you allow forgiveness to enter a situation, then there's freedom. You know, when you're focused on revenge, it's all about the other person. Everything you're driven towards doing is about getting them back. Well, what happens when you've got them back? You know, where does your drive and determination go then? Not to mention the fact that if your focus is on avenging something, getting someone back, addressing a wrong, then the energy around everything you do is pretty toxic, which isn't that nice to be around, let alone the health implications and everything else. Far better to, first of all, find it within yourself to create forgiveness, because you don't have to forget what the other person's done. You know, forgiveness, like I said, is a gift you give yourself. You literally free yourself from that memory, from the experience, from the dread of bumping into that person, from the anger that comes up when you think, it's crazy, you know, when you haven't forgiven someone. And of course there's different levels of forgiveness, and it doesn't take away what happened. I could speak about personal experiences, you know, but anybody who's been through a marriage breakup, it can be hard to find forgiveness, right? But that it just ends up being around blame, and there's no break from the past where there is revenge or where there's a lack of forgiveness. So what's the opposite of that? Well, massive success. Massive success is fueled by your own intentions, by your own vision of where you're headed. When you're driven towards a goal that you're inspired by, that you're excited by, that you're involving other people, that you wake up with energy around, then it's not just about that particular goal. It's not just about that one thing. You can't help but become a different person. You can't help but become more alive and more energized. And when you start to use words like that, what's it like to be around someone like that? What's it like to be around someone who's on a mission, someone who's energized and focused, someone who's enjoying what they're doing? It's completely different than revenge. I don't know why, but I suddenly had a picture of bloody Hitler standing there pointing his finger and riling up the crowd. So yeah, clearly we don't want to be Hitler. I wonder how many people are actually called Hitler in the world today. It reminds me of the Friends episode where Phoebe changes her name, and I think she puts Budgie Smuggler in her name. She puts Budgie Smuggler in her name. So, is there any parents out there who've gone through the name book and innocently and inadvertently gone, "Oh yeah, Hitler. That sounds like a nice name." I think Joey, me and the kids are watching Friends, right? There's an episode where Chandler tricks Joey into coming up with Stalin as a stage name. Okay, so it's got that energy about it, though. Okay, you're gonna walk around with the toxic energy, or you're gonna walk around with this positive, goal-driven energy. Now, here's the real kicker to it. Okay, is that if you do have a sense of wanting to right a wrong, or to get someone back, right? Clearly, I'm not advocating that, but the impact of massive success on people, maybe they've got a beef with you, right? Well, maybe there was a reason why that incident happened. Maybe they haven't done the work to let go of it. Your massive success will likely piss them off. So you're going to get the result you want anyway. To be honest, far better that you've created an improved scenario where the past is in the past, and actually that person is happy for your success as well. But on that point, how can you have that person feel positive about you if you're out for revenge? If your thoughts are completely independent and separate from them, if your thoughts aren't about ego, but they're about the impact you're making, the money, the holiday, the finance, the success, the future with your children, the happy memories, the parties, the concerts, the holidays, like, what can you do with massive success, right? And it's not just about money, but it is about how you wake up and the impact you have on those around you. And so, yeah, revenge, I'm not really down with revenge. And if you've got feelings of revenge in you, then I want to encourage you to address them, to look at what the impact of that is, to look at how it's holding you back, to look at what kind of an impression that's giving to your children, to how your physiology and demeanor changes when you think about that person, right? It's not going to be nice. So let go of it, move on. There was quite a lot of comments about on those posts. So if you look me up, you can, Johnny Jensen on LinkedIn, on Facebook. we're on Team Super Dad channel on YouTube. But feel free to comment, to look at that post and join in the conversation there. What does massive success look like for you? Okay, because that's revenge and forgiveness sit inside ownership of the power code. Massive success and what you can do with it falls into purpose. What's your vision and where you're headed? Why are you doing it? And then, of course, the work, doing the work. What's your routine? What's your structure? What are you making happen on a week to week, month to month basis to get the results you want in your life? that's the structure that we create to deliver the success that you need to create that work-life balance, to create the results, to reconnect with your family inside of Team Superdad and the Hero Academy. Subscribe to this. Also, make sure you share it with anybody else that needs it. On YouTube, you can click the bell to get the notifications, and on Facebook, you can basically subscribe to get those posts that come from me. Of course, the podcast. If you're listening, give us a review on iTunes, because that iTunes, it doesn't exist anymore, does it? On Apple Podcasts, whatever it's bloody called. You get the deal. And have a great weekend. It's Saturday morning here. The sun's shining. I've been to the gym. I'm about to drink my decaf coffee. We're on day 21 of no caffeine for January. I think that's what we'll talk about on the next live, is resilience and giving things up. What can I say? I've lost the words. We're going to go to the outro, and I wish you an awesome weekend. Subscribe, share, follow. Let's do this.
This has been Team Superdad. Find us at teamsuperdad.com. Join the program and create the best life ever for you and your children. You are not alone. You're on Team Superdad.